Well, folks, in an unexpected chain of events, this will be the very last video with the 2006 Saab 9.3. So stick around, I'll tell you what's going on. Alright, so welcome to today's sad installment of Mike's Vehicle Vlogs. Thank you for joining me today. We kind of have to do this a little quick. As you can see, the sun is going down. This thing is, it's leaving tomorrow. Yeah. So, yeah, what I want to do is, it's actually a pretty decent night out here. I want to take it out for one more time. Even though, you know, we got all this. This is obviously never going to go away. But I want to go get some last glamour shots with this thing. And I'm going to tell you, what exactly is happening. It kind of took a while for me to get an update from the insurance company, but yeah. So we're just gonna make one more video. I have to obviously clean it out. I haven't been in this thing since the last vlog, honestly, which was us looking at this whole misfire and knock situation, which I was really reflecting on before I heard back from the insurance company. And here she goes. Copyright, sorry. We'll just shut that off for now. No, we'll turn it on, but we're gonna keep it down just for the looks, to have everything on. Alright, so yeah, I gotta clean some stuff out, and honestly, there's a couple of things in this car that I want my stepsister to have, because it was her car first, and it means a lot to her, which is how I ended up with it. And now we have to say goodbye to it, so put our fog lights on. So yeah, it's a really nice night. This thing says 47 degrees. It might be close to accurate because the Civic on the way home was saying 50. So it's a really nice night. Let's go drive it around for one more time. Let's head out to the park first and get our, our glamour shots. We got some rust on the rotors, typically. Always. I'm gonna miss these heated seats, man. These heated seats are nice. I'm actually really upset that this has to happen all of a sudden, because, I was really hoping that I'd be able to, give this car one last, good detail. Obviously, I wanted to get to 200,000 miles. But like I said, there was quite a bit that kind of, played into this decision. Needs washer fluid. I'm just gonna leave it run for now while I'm telling you guys exactly what's going on. So like I said, for like the last month I have been waiting to hear back from the insurance company of the gentleman who, you know, hit us. And you know, if that's something you haven't seen, you probably were kind of curious why there's a huge damage spot here and why the door doesn't open with ease anymore and all of this and all of that. Well, an F-150 hit us, and this is what it did. So there's a whole other vlog about that. So yeah, so it wasn't until finally sometime last week his insurance company got a hold of me, and even though I had this car to a body shop for a damage estimate, apparently this particular insurance company has to do their own estimate. And in this case, it was by way of like almost like a FaceTime call. So I was off that day. We went through the call, and they wanted to meet us to kind of film all of the angles of the car, you know. So they were taking like pictures on their end, I guess, as I was walking around, you know, so they can see the entire car, and focused on things like the odometer and obviously the damage here. And they got back to me like, you know, a day later and told me, you know, what the damage and the value of the car is and all of this and that. So I'm not really going to get into that. I don't want to talk about anything financial, you know, on the vlog. But yeah, so there was going to be some compensation paid out, you know, because I told them, you know, the car really isn't worth any fixing, so I was just going to drive it as is. So they actually asked me if I wanted to retain ownership of this car, to which I said, yeah, I really don't want to get rid of this car, because, you know, I had to explain my goal, you know, and if you don't know that, the goal was to get it to 200K. So close, guys. So close. And then after the 200K, I wanted to see if my trade school where I got my automotive degree, I was going to see if they wanted to take it and use it in the shop. Because, you know, the car is old, it is tired, there are multiple things wrong with it that we haven't had the chance to fix yet, but it is still a great car. And this car, regardless of, you know, the issues that it has, still has so much life left in it. And I really don't want to see it go to like the scrapyard. So when I hit 200K, I was going to consider getting rid of it, donating it to the school, and that way this car can serve another purpose for students to learn on. So yeah, I was in the process of buying the car back from the insurance company. They were just going to deduct the cost from the compensation that I would be getting for the damages, and I get to keep the car. The thing is, obviously, we need to get a salvage title or a branded title, one of the two. It's probably the same thing, I don't know. So yeah, so here where I live in Ohio, apparently, I got an email from this insurance company, and they said I had 10 days to get a salvage title for the car and such. And I'm like, all right. So I called the BMV, and they told me it was going to be about $60, you know. And then after that, the Ohio State Highway Patrol has to, you know, inspect the car to make sure it's still roadworthy. Now, here's our first little roadblock, because, you know, we have other things wrong with the car, like the struts, the suspension up front's, you know, questionable, and obviously the rust. So I don't know what their process would be if they just kind of look at this damage and, you know, obviously our lights are still working and such, you know, if they just look at that, or if they have to thoroughly go through the entire car. And if that's the case, it probably is not going to pass. So on top of that, we also have the fact that my registration has to be renewed at the end of the month. That's about another $50 right there. So I'm already over $100 and some into keeping this car on the road as it is. And the fact that they gave me like 10 days to do it, when am I going to have the time to do it? I'm really not off again until the weekend. And I don't know what offices, you know, if, you know, the inspections are open. So I don't know. There was just a whole lot going into this. And, you know, I was kind of talking to my wife about it. And, you know, I was thinking about, like I said, I was going to keep the car. I was going to buy, you know, obviously renew the registration. So I was going to give this car at least one whole year. That would have been well enough to get it to 200K. And, you know, even if, you know, it got over 200K, obviously, you know, the point is I wasn't planning on renewing the registration next year. So I was going to give it one more year. And then I was thinking, you know, and I've said this before, there's a lot of things that can go wrong within this next year with this car. And I really don't want to put a whole lot of money into it. You know, that's the other thing. I just don't want to put a whole lot of money into it. So, I mean, if it broke down, you know, 2 days after I renew the plates again, guess what? It's like I just threw all that money away, you know. So I decided, you know, realistically, it's probably best if I just surrender the car now and go from there, you know. It really does kill me to say that. I'm really heartbroken for my stepsister because, you know, I've been keeping her in the loop with this whole thing, this whole situation. And yeah, it sucks. It sucks really, really bad. But yeah, it's at the point now where logically it's just, this is the thing that I should just do. So she's going to be picked up tomorrow by some company contracted by Copart. She's going to probably an auction, a Copart auction. From what I was told at this time, she's going to the Pittsburgh Copart. Don't know if that's going to stick or not, but that is where she is supposedly going, from what I'm being told. So there is a chance that maybe somebody out there will buy this beautiful car, and they may actually have the correct resources to really bring this thing back. You know, they may be able to do all of this body work, not just to the damage done by the truck, but I mean like all of the other, you know, body parts that are messed up, like the hole here. Maybe they'll fix that. And the rust that has been coming through here, maybe they'll fix that, you know. Maybe they'll have all the resources to actually get this thing to run. It's running really good, you know. I mean, like I said, you know, we have weird knock and misfire counts, but it sounds okay right now, so I don't know. But like, you know, somebody who will invest in, you know, just making sure it's running top notch. Maybe somebody will change out this exhaust that has really rusted. I didn't realize how bad that was getting. That exhaust pipe is not that old. That was recently put on before I got possession of the car, I think. Somebody who will actually, you know, maybe put a steering rack in it and some new struts finally, and, you know, I mean, this car can be made, you know, to really shine again, you know. Unfortunately, that person is not me, and I never really had all the resources to do the body work and such, like I said, but I wanted to attack the struts at some point. It's just really hard. You can't find quick struts. You have to buy all the pieces individually. I was thinking about literally this year going to a junkyard and trying to find some good used ones, because I was like, you know, this year I wanted this car to finally start getting sorted out. And then what do you know, 3 days into the new year, bam, game over. So yeah, that is what I'm being told at this time, and they really don't want to wait till the weekend. I guess they don't pick up cars on the weekend, from what I'm told. They literally want the car now. They wanted to come get it tonight, and I said no, tonight's not a good night. I have to I gotta take care of a few things on it. Gotta clean my stuff out. So tomorrow it is. They're gonna come pick it up while I'm at work, so I won't get to see it leave. But I think my wife is off tomorrow, so she'll probably be able to see it go. Gosh, what else? You know, beautiful, beautiful color. My stepsister had the stripe. The stripe was honestly one of my favorite characteristics on this car. Even though the car's dark, and the stripe is obviously dark, but that stripe, man, that makes a world of difference. That and this little generic spoiler that she put on it, it's just a little lip at the end. It completes it. And the blacked out badging, I mean, the car is so like stealth. Plasti dipped on the wheels. Such a beautiful car, especially when it's cleaned, even though it's all rusted and stuff. When this thing was cleaned, it was gorgeous. And the inside, despite it being dirty right now and such, I mean, definitely, as far as like amenities go, this is the nicest car that I've ever had. Obviously, heated leather seats. Just the driver's seat has been worn. You know, obviously, makes sense. All the other seats are like in pristine condition. Again, I got a lot of stuff back here. But I mean, pristine condition. You know, and the cockpit itself, such an amazing, you know, driving position. It's got all the buttons, no touch screens or anything, just buttons. Night panel for those roads that are a little too dark and all the lights irritate you. The trunk, you know, once we got the stereo or the broken sub out of the trunk, it actually, you know, made for a pretty nice sized, you know, cargo area. I didn't really get to use it for anything all that much, but so yeah, that's probably it. So it is getting kind of dark, so let's go ahead and head back to the house, and we're gonna finish up the saga with the Saab. We're not alone out here. They're like, what's that? There's another one. There's a baby. Aw. There's a whole family and they're wondering what I'm doing. Aw. Alright, we gotta go. Bye, guys. At least it wasn't a coyote. They're out here too. Gonna really miss having this turbocharged engine. I mean, 210 horsepower, but I mean, once you really get into some higher RPM from like a standstill, she really does take off quite nicely. I've never wanted to push it too hard, obviously, because she's old. See? That's as far as I'll go. So we're gonna go home now. I did the last of my driving with it, unfortunately. You know, I still have to say, man, she did a phenomenal job holding up, you know, with the accident. I mean, if I got hit in the Grand Am honestly probably would have crumbled, you know, and buckled really bad underneath. There's no way the Grand Am would have been drivable after the hit that this thing took. This thing drives like it was never even hit. It feels just the same. I mean, it's a really a shame that, you know, I have to let it go. But man, this thing did good. It did so good. She did a wonderful job. I didn't get hurt. She didn't flip. She didn't break an axle or anything. Literally. She just took the cosmetic damage, really, and that was it. Used to love these door lights. These puddle lights on the door. Gosh. How fancy. Alright, so we're home now. I had to back or move some other cars around here real quick. Good thing I didn't put any gas in it. Civic's on the road for the time being. We got this thing backed in, so we're just gonna back it up. Try to get it as out here in the open, since they're going to be coming while I'm gone tomorrow. I want to make sure that they got some room in the driveway. This should be pretty good right here, and that's it. I'm not moving it again. 198,120. I took it out for a little cruise. Obviously. Got one more drive in. Sucks. So it's getting dark now. I'm gonna have to do all this stuff in the dark. So my stepsister did, you know, this custom paint job, these little paint splatters. Well, I want her to have the Saab cover, so we're gonna take the plastic cover off. That's not gonna hurt anything if it's not there, but since she, you know, kind of did that to it, and it actually says, you know, Saab turbo on it, I want her to have that. So we're gonna remove that from under the hood here. All right, so we got that. That's all, you know, that's all we're taking from here. Wow, my alternator was only like, you know, in here for 3 days when I got hit. So that's like the bummer of it, you know. The car sat because we needed an alternator. Finally found one, put it in, went through a crazy process with these coolant hoses, and I'm actually glad to see that, you know, that's still working well. But yeah, so I'm like, oh, I got my alternator. Now we can drive this thing, put those miles on it. Nope, 3 days into having the alternator. Bam. So that's it. I thought about, you know, taking this cover off also, but this is there's no battery caps on the terminals, and you know, if something, I don't like, if the hood, I don't know, for some reason were to hit those, and you know, whatever. Plus it kind of holds this coolant line also right here, so that's gonna stay. And the metal thing there, that has to stay too. I mean, it covers up the coils, but the beauty cover is probably the most significant, like the most special part of it anyway, I would assume. So yeah, so that's it for under here. I want her to have the floor mats. These are awesome because obviously they have this awesome Saab. You can't see because it's dark now, but they have this awesome Saab thing, you know, right in the middle of them. So I want to clean those up for her. You guys can't see anything. And I don't know, I don't know what she could put them in, but she can, you know, maybe have them in her apartment somewhere or something. They're in good shape. We cleaned them out, or yeah, we cleaned them not too long ago, but we'll do it again, obviously. So I want her to have those. This glove box, I never really used it. The only thing that really sat in the glove box was a receipt and the Carfax of the car and this other light. But this glove box, if you flip this little thing over back here, it opens up a little hole, and it basically, if you had air conditioning that worked, you can use this as like a place to store some like pop or something. So it would actually keep cans or bottles of drinks cold. Yeah, ain't that something? Alright folks, so that's pretty much it. Got the trunk all cleaned out. Oh, let's take a look at our rear fog light again. Wasn't that fun? Yeah, here, let's go. Still, I don't know, I find that to be kind of weird, but we don't use that stuff here in the States. Yeah, so all the stuff's out. All this is empty, 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 empty. Taking this, and of course the little record player. Ooh, I think. Jeez. How's it come off? Oh wow, that thing really sticks. There we go. I also found a friend under the seat, under the passenger seat. He must have been here the whole time. I was like, what is that thing? Well, it's this guy, whatever this guy is. So we're gonna hold on to him also. But that's it. Everything else is pretty much done. So let's go ahead and shut her down. Maybe just a couple more revs, because this car does sound pretty good. Alright, that's gonna do it. I need to film an outro for this video. We're just gonna do it here, I guess, because I have light. So, look, more light. Hey! Alright guys, so this is it. This is concluding the Saab saga. Maleficent, as I have named her. And I really hope that she goes on to, I don't know about brighter, but better things. I really hope that this car, you know, just, I don't know. This car's got a good spirit. It doesn't want to die. I think it tries to, but it doesn't want to. So, I don't know. Either way, the car's got a good spirit. And if it wasn't for the accident, obviously we wouldn't be in this predicament. Hands down, I probably would have kept her to the 200K mark. But that's really it. So, I got the floor mats and the engine cover for my stepsister. I want her to have those, so I'll send those to her out in Colorado at some point soon. And that's it. This thing will be gone tomorrow when I get home from work. So that's it. If you enjoyed this, and if this vlog makes you sad, thumbs up, comment, subscribe. I hate saying goodbye to a car. A lot of people, just think, oh, it's a car, it's an object, it doesn't have feelings. I don't know. I get attached to everything that I pretty much drive, and this is no exception. I didn't have it for long. I only had it for a little over, 2 years. But I don't know, it was special because it was, obviously belonged to my stepsister, and she's the one that holds a huge, sentimental, grasp to this car. And that's why I wanted to hold on to it for as long as I possibly could. So, yeah, this sucks. Great car. I loved it. I loved driving it. I'm really going to miss it. So, that's it. I will see you guys in the next one. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Take care.